Welcome all. Welcome to my live broadcast number 139, broadcasting live from Auckland, New Zealand. My name is Ki Pure and I'm addressing the Billion Coin community. Before we get on, unfortunately, Bill Kanara couldn't do his broadcast tonight. He's a bit mawiwi, so hopefully he gets well quick and we see him back up on the screen as soon as he can. Going to go straight into the blogs and take it from there. Okay, I'll just share the screen.
Did you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. First one is, what type of questions do you ask? We'll go right down here. Let me start off this article recognizing that I'm addressing humans and not computers. If I were answering a computer, my answers would be comprehensive, unbiased, and full of facts and measurable figures. But I'm addressing humans from all walks of life, living all over the world. So that makes answering questions complicated. On the one hand, if I put too much detail in an answer, it could turn some people off because it would require too much reading for them. That's just one example. And I could go on and on with many examples of why it is complicated to answer questions. I'm not going to try to dig into the minutiae of answering all the questions that come up about TBC currently. In fact, I have already answered so many of these questions in previous blogs. This blog does have a keyword search on the upper right side of it. Use it. And that's right up there. So if you need some questions answered, just type in there and hopefully they come up. Use it. Okay. A question that does come up a lot has to do with the available options to make the $10 payment to admin. Well, now we have 3 options and more coming. Bitcoin has been the most popular way admin has been paid so far, but we are moving away from it towards Litecoin for many reasons enumerated in recent blog posts. Credit cards is the third option. TBC does not have a credit card processor today because we fall into the high risk category for many reasons. Less than 25% of the credit cards used to submit a payment to TBC by their credit card processor. That's how a high-risk credit card processor protects itself against fraud and massive chargebacks. Plus, a high-risk credit card processor is not going to have full access to all of the benefits that a world-class credit card processor gets to have. I hope you get the point. PayPal is a non-option for TBC because into the status quo perfectly to get an account. It doesn't fall into any acceptable category as far as they are concerned. TBC is driving towards changing the status quo. We don't want to just fit into it. As mentioned many times before, the status quo breeds more poverty, and TBC is on a mission to end poverty globally. We can't have it both ways, guys. Another recurring question that comes up has to do with migration. When is migration going to happen? Allow me some time to use this question to address the question in the title of this article. What type of questions do you ask? Are you asking questions that empower you or questions that paralyze you? That, my friends, is the most important question to ask. The answer to that question lies within you. It has nothing to do with me, TBC, or anything else outside of your control. The truth is, if you paralyze the opportunities around you too much, you will become too paralyzed to take advantage of them. Where else in the world are you going to find a kind of financial leverage if you get as a member of TBC? Right, yeah, there you go. The little 5 kilo is supposed to balance out the 100 kilo. Or financial leverage such as this can only be found within the circles of the elite who use platform trading to assess it, where money is basically created out of thin air. If you do any research at all on the subject, your eyes will pop out of your head when you discover what is available to the elite. It's crazy. They can invest like $1 billion and get paid like $1 billion a week on a 5-year contract. It's a big secret, but it is all over the internet. LOL. The crazy part is, it is true. Do you think the elite put in $1 billion of work in each week? Do you think they are taking $1 billion of weekly risk? Hell no. What's good enough for the goose is good enough for the gander, as the saying goes. The elite have always had the power to end poverty. In these days, it would have only taken a few keystrokes on a computer to do it. That's how most of the money is created today. By the way, but instead they have us all running around chasing our tails and becoming more miserable each passing year. What a total waste of human potential is spread throughout humanity within this modern world. TBC was designed to give its members massive financial leverage and a way out of the mess the elite have created. Yet, in spite of this grand gift of humanity, some of you are paralyzed by the questions you are asking, as though the answers would even make a difference. You see, the ones making a lot of money in TBC did not start by asking all the questions first. In fact, most of the questions they asked were self-directed. The most important answers found from within oneself. How many Kringle gifts can I give out a day? Since they are practically unlimited, how many ways can I accept payment when someone wants to pay me for some of my Kringles? How can I become more likable in the world, since people usually do business with someone they like? Who do I want to partner with inside of the TBC community? Do you understand why these self-directed questions are most important? Because they empower you. You have control over you. You have very little control over anything or anyone else in your world. Why wait for anything? Get going. You really don't need to know all the answers in order to make money in TBC today. Get educated along the way by reading the blog here. Follow the scripted training inside the Kringle Cash back office. We renamed the training Get Paid Today. Show up to the meetings with your leaders in TBC. Watch the videos of people that are making money now in TBC and ask yourself how you can be more like them so you can have similar results. Sometimes the answers you are seeking from admin might confuse you. Some of you have never hired an employee to work for you or never have led a team before. You have no reference point that would otherwise come from a personal experience. This is why I am extra cautious when I supply answers to questions. I do my best to stay inside the Goldilocks. So, when I'm addressing the entire community, the minutiae of my job have very little to do with your role in TBC. Trust me, I'm doing the best job I can, and even I don't have all the answers. This is a journey for all of us together. I really just want all of you to find empowerment, and that leads you back to yourself. The TBC economy is emerging now. It doesn't exist yet. TBC currency does exist now, and together we are distributing it globally. Are you aware that you don't even have to have a send button in order to do your part in distributing it? Don't you know already that you don't have to wait for migration to get your send button turned on now? The bank is coming, but at first you will only be able to get $500 a week from it. But don't you realize you can make more than that right now through the Kringle Cash system? I also deal with some people that are negatively charged when they ask questions. No matter how I answer a question, their response to the answer will always be negative. I do my best to make these encounters as brief as possible because I don't like wasting my time. I think I have given you all a pretty good idea of why the type of questions is so important. So when is migration? Well, in a way, we are already doing a proper preparation to migrate right now. We have been sorting out the leaders of TBC. We have over 2.7 million members, and the ones stepping forward doing YouTube testimonial will be groomed to become TBC leaders. We have a communication tree structure where we will put our best leaders at the top of it, make sure migration gets the proper team support to go smoothly. Frankly, we can't migrate until that is done. We have already turned on over 1,000 send buttons, and it seems like we could turn on 10,000 more now. The current coin network is pretty stable right now, and if everyone that has a send button follows the protocols we have established, it will allow us to keep adding more send buttons ongoing up to the time of migration. So if you have a send button, why do you care when migration happens? Ask yourself that. Do you really need a system that confirms a transaction faster than Bitcoin right now? TBC and Bitcoin take about the same amount of time to confirm. At the moment, so the new coin network will confirm in seconds and will be stable enough for mass adoption. But in my opinion, that's not as important as you just making some money now. Go and make money now in TBC. Stop making excuses. Hurry up and wait some more. People like that will always have an excuse to hurry up and wait, even after we have all migrated. They will still be waiting on something else. Don't be one of those people. You need the money now, go get it. I did answer this question before. Here is a quote, what I said, and it is still the same answer. I've become even more gun shy to suggest the date of when we will migrate, because I've been accused of dangling a carrot and moving the goalposts and such, and I only have so much ability to predict things once they complete them. The earlier the better, as far as I'm concerned. Looks good that within the first quarter of 2018, both the bank and migration will happen. I push hard every day for things to happen sooner than later. Yet still the same answer, that it won't happen in the short month of February. I got my eye on March. We have to wait for the new coin developers to finish, and they missed the early December deadline by a mile. Holidays impacted the timeline considerably. We all have to learn how to get over disappointment. It's much better to remain in a state of gratitude and press forward no matter what or when something happens. Guys, be more selective on the type of questions you ask. Leaders, help uncover the motives people have that ask you questions by answering a question with a revealing type question. Help people that ask you questions to understand the empowerment comes from within TBC. It's a wonderful tool in the hands of an empowered person. Our next blog is all the way up here, and facts tell and stories sell. Okay. I promised you an article on the subject of being excited, and here it is. You all have so much to be excited about TBC right now, yet some of you are still struggling to assess the great wealth contained in your TBC wallets. Why do some people make it look so easy to sell TBC, while others who truly believe in TBC are having such a hard time selling TBC? First of all, this is a constant situation. This is a sales situation. No matter what you are selling, some people make it look easy while others fail miserably. Those that fail usually try to cover up their failure by blaming it on something outside of their control. Big mistake. The minute you start to blame dooms you to continued failure. The answer is and always will be within you. Never forget that. TBC doesn't lift people out of poverty just by giving them a gift of automatic wealth creation. TBC is a community that works together to guide the poor on how to think, feel, and act, and innovates them day by day. Who is in charge of the way you think, feel, and act? The correct answer is you are. You are in charge of you. You do have the power to emulate. Examine the successful people in TBC. What do they have in common? One thing they have in common is they are all truly excited about TBC. You can hear and feel their excitement when you see them speak. I watch a lot of testimonial videos every day, And I can tell in just 5 seconds of watching who is making money now on TBC and who is not. It is self-evident who is excited and who isn't. If you are looking for some good reasons about the current situation with TBC, I will certainly provide that to you in this article. But reason is not enough. I will also provide you some techniques to boost your ability to become excited. Plus, I'm going to teach you what to talk about when it comes to TBC and who to talk to so you can start earning money now with TBC. I could make a case right now that this is the easiest time to sell TBC ever. We have a brand new year ahead of us, and the holidays and the holiday blues are behind us now. The breakdown in the correct current TBC technology has been patched up good enough to add more send buttons. That breakdown was a huge downer for the whole community, but we have recovered. We are at the turning point now, and the only direction for us is up. We have turned on 1,402 send buttons, and I'm confident we could turn on 10,000 more right away. Migration is only a few short weeks away from now, and then everybody's send button will be turned on for those that pay for it. The testimonial videos pouring in now have really given the TBC community a boost in morale. Plus, it has made it a lot easier to identify the successful people in TBC, because before it was almost like they were enjoying success in secret. So many new faces and TV stories are appearing now, and perception of just how big we really are is becoming more evident. Always remember that TBC started out just as an idea in the head of one person, and now look at us. We have 2,761 through 51 verified members. That's a lot. Yet, we are light years away from saturating the market because 7.5 billion people have never heard of TBC. Discounters of TBC are stomped out quickly now and will never let them take us over again like they did before. Cookie Rewards is turning people into millionaires faster than anything else out there. Value of the gift we are sharing is quickly approaching $1,000. The stacks of training and tools available to all now is through the roof, more or less free of charge. Admin and tech support have proven that you can count on them. TBC leaders are popping up everywhere. There are just so many reasons to be excited. We can hardly count them all. So, this brings us back to you. You need to shift your emotional state of excitement, and from an emotional state of excitement, you will find selling TBC to be so easy. One way to define excitement is high energy. When you are excited, you talk faster, don't you? You move faster, don't you? Who is in charge of how fast you talk and how fast you move? Well, you are. So just start talking faster, and don't be afraid to move your arms around when you are talking. Stop being so stiff. Act excited. Allow yourself to dream. TBC can make your dreams come true. Stop being so dang quiet when you talk. Increase the volume by at least 25% louder. When you walk, walk at least 25% faster. Your body provides a feedback loop to your brain. When you behave excited, the brain comes up with reasons to justify being excited. Romance TBC. Fall in love. Smile and daydream. When you look at the money in your TBC wallet, don't be disappointed because you can't spend it yet. Be excited about what you will spend it on when the time comes. You see what I am saying here? Empowerment comes from within. You already got the power to change you, be the success you have always wanted. Now, who should you talk to about TBC? $100 is needed to take advantage of the cookie rewards. You should sort out your prospects and spend your time talking to people that have at least $100. If you spend all your time talking to people that don't have $100, you're not going to make any sales. Plus, it is super frustrating to everyone if you try to get blood out of a stone. $100 people spend less time with broke people. You can still care about everyone, but don't spend all your time with broke or worse yet, negative people. The good news is you are not limited to just your hometown. TBC is a global and can hang out with people from all over the world on the internet. Trust me, when you give away $1,000 gift to $100 person, later they would gladly pay you that $100 to get some cookie rewards. Then they will gladly accept a $50 commission from you when they partner up with you to spread TBC to their friends. The trick is you got to look and act like $100 person in order to hang out with them, even if you're not already $100 person yet. In just one sale, you officially became $100 person. Now, for the words you choose, too many people bore everyone with facts. Facts tell. So what? The less time you spend describing TBC, the better. What is TBC? Digital money. Want some? Boom. That's it. It's funny to watch the fact tellers testify about TBC. They go on, and yes, it's boring. Instead, become a great TBC storyteller. Go through all the testimonials and look for the stories. Memorize the stories like you remember a good joke. Recite other people's stories. Be excited when you do. A friend of mine just bought an SUV. Really? Yeah, my friend Marvin paid for it using full TBC. What is TBC? TBC is a digital money. Want some? I don't know. TBC is on a mission to end poverty globally. It helped a friend of mine, MB, go from a tiny one-bedroom dump to now buying land and an office building in a really nice place to live. Wow. Look, you need to learn what this is all about. I'm going to give you a gift of some, and then you will see how awesome it is. And later, if you want to buy more, you can come to me, okay? Okay. See, that is what I'm talking about. Too many of you are coming up with ideas on how to make TBC better. That's not your job. It's mine. Let me focus on making it better and better. But in the meantime, you should make yourself better and better. You have the power to make great money now in TBC. Be excited and the job will be easier. Be strong, be happy, then go out there and make your dreams come true. Right, I'll stop sharing, I'll talking, and I'll come back live. Yeah, that's it. That's about it for a lot of people ask questions. I was like that. When do I get paid out and all of that? Till I went in and had another read. We had quite a bit of success today. We went out in the weekend and looking for recruits, talking to people, and we got a good response back. So we'll be doing the same thing again this weekend, and just trying to build up this community as quick as we can. Well, it looks like yeah. I'd like to thank Brother Darren, Brother Reserve, Sister Carol, Brother Bill, Brother Ken, Sister Violet, and my wife Bex, and also Brother Paul Fisher. Thank you for watching into my live broadcast. As you probably see now, there's not a lot on the blog post, so other than videos. But so we just go back through the old blog post, but they still make sense in today. Some of the dates might be a bit different, but however, that's how it goes. And yeah, I hope everybody out there is looking forward to this Bitcoin contest when we reach that magic number. So yeah, we're all going to go hard and do our best. So I hope you do too. And once again, thank you so much for watching my live broadcast.